Yeah, race is a social construction, I know. And don't even get me started on gender socialization and toxic masculinity. Uh-huh. I gotta go. My secretary needs something. Bye. Ugh.
Axe body spray.
Ah.
And protein powder and gym sweat and Doritos and Vineyard Vines clothing and of course beer.
I get it. Alright, you can bring him in.
Alright. You can go ahead now, Mr. Johnson.
My name's Richard Johnson, but you can call me Dick.
Oh.
I was expecting to meet someone a little more like Dale here.
It's a pleasure to meet you. You can have a seat, Mr. Johnson.
Don't tell me what to do, pretty lady.
So, Mr. Johnson, how can I help you?
Well, normally I wouldn't burden such a pretty little thing like you with my requests, but I'm in dire need. You see, I've lost something very precious to me, and you're gonna help me get it back. Oh, so you like tacos too? I'm so turned on by a woman who likes tacos.
It's a vegan taco, and I don't appreciate your fetishization of women who like tacos. If you really loved women who like tacos, you'd fight for us to not have to use euphemisms. You wouldn't sexualize us. Anyways, found it!
Darn it, I can never find those. Well, anyways, what I've lost is my man card, and I need help getting it back. I've been emasculated and I need to be reaffirmed. I'm prepared to pay you 77 cents to the dollar. So that'll be about $3,850.
My rate is 5,000.
You'll get what you deserve.
Is there anything else you need?
No, good night, Dale. Make sure to lock up when you leave.
Oh well.
So a man card. That sounds like a very intriguing thing to lose.
You know what? Alright. I've had enough of this. It wasn't just lost, it was taken from me. And it is females like you that are ruining it for guys like us. Now you're gonna help me get my man card back, or I will shoot. Get over there. Get to the center of the room. I need to make sure you're unarmed. Put your hands on your head.
You should have kept it in your pants, Dick. Now sit down. We're gonna have a little talk about misogyny. Dear Mr. Ajani, I have something to say because we've been raised in a culture that teaches us to take, a culture where the body is viewed as a commodity, making death synonymous with rape, a violent crime radiating power and asserting hate. Hate red, red. That's the color of the dried blood stained beneath nails. They say turn him into a system, but what good is a system that fails? A system favoring those who can buy themselves out of jails, those who can afford all the lawyers and the bails. Only 12% of rape results in arrest, perpetuating on large scale cycles of abuse rather than stopping the males in their fucked up trails. Now allow me to clarify before you judge what I'm saying. I'm not pointing a finger at men, even though it's mostly women who are paying. I'm pointing a finger at the imbalance of power from the superiority of masculinity that has been oppressing women for what seems like infinity. Girls have been judged on whether they still have their virginity, as if virginity is an object subject to being lost, and if it's stolen or misplaced, she'll be the one to face the heavy cost. So what are we doing about it, you may ask? We're telling women to wear more clothes than they have in the past. Forget the flask. No, you cannot live your life in happiness and peace because your body is still viewed as an object out for lease. And if we purchase a prevention program for women, we just brush the surface. By doing so, we fail to address the less than 8% of college men committing over 90% of the sexual assault. By doing so, we imply that it is the women's fault. So if you actually want to end subordination in a nation fueling shame and humiliation, it's time to stop treating the symptoms rather than eradicating the root cause. This method is too short-term, it's filled with flaws. We need to teach those at a young age prone to exploiting masculinity that a girl being quote-unquote loose is not an excuse to manipulate her body and leave her soul with a bruise. We will only see change when we all transform our current view of body and sex as a commodity, something that can be given, bought, sold, stolen, traded, that a woman is not just an asset, not just a pussy vending machine fed crumpled up bills of male entitlement, but rather into viewing sex as a consensual performance, a collaboration. So dear Mr. Ajani, I have something to say. I am tired of ineffective laws leaving us with clenched jaws. I believe it is time for us to take it upon ourselves to stop spoon-feeding our progeny this hateful misogyny.